Ia-mă Sexobox. Cine arăți astăzi? Da, e bine că am nimerit stream-ul de pe YouTube, ți-am zis, în 4K decât 480p pe alte platforme sau bine pe cealaltă premieră live ce era. Cred că putem da mai tare. Mamă, plus 18, chat, îmi pare rău pentru voi.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so
what
proud
the
to share
fuck?
with you our upcoming fantasy
Ce-ul e
action
altceva.
RPG, Avowed. Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious
deci vorbim de
spiritual
Avowed
plague
acum, ia
and
să
discover
vedem.
a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different.
Ok.
We set
un fel
out
de
to
Skyrim
blend
ăsta, din ce
believable
văzusem.
and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's
Arată bine.
colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of AORA. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really
e în
personal
universul
connection
Pillars
to
of
you as
Eternity.
the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG.
Oh, this is fun.
Here to talk more
vreau
about
asta,
Avowed's
arată
combat
distractiv.
is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment,
Ce putea să fie ăsta Immortals
you
ăla.
can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types.
Ok, asta arată
It's
super
not just
distractiv.
hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries,
Nu pare mega
and
complex,
special
dar
attacks.
fine.
If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner.
Legit pare a fi
It's important to pay
Skyrim, dar
attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with.
dar mai avansat.
Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize, or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them.
Wow.
We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences. Like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the living lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers. And as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki.
Sper să aibă și cinematice sau conversații mai dinamice, nu doar stilul ăsta de conversații tip interviu.
Take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping,
Zici că la interviu la Insula Dramei Totale.
I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they...
I mean, animațiile sunt mai bune decât
I'll take the
Starfield.
I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
Aici se mai schimbă puțin perspectiva când vorbești, pe când la Starfield tot era așa foarte direct în cameră, să uitam sufletul tău.
We knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience.
Ca și atmosferă pare foarte fain.
With the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a confluence of storied landscapes.
Ok, deci în toamnă. Bă, ca prim joc îmi place că CD nu ne arătase mai nimic din el când l-au arătat prima dată și mai toate prezentările. Din ce au arătat până acum pare drăguț. Adică chiar pare a fi un Skyrim așa mult mai avansat și foarte colorat. Deci chiar îmi place cum s-a prezentat. Ok, deci în toamnă 2024. Probabil așteaptă să vadă ce mai lansează și alții și după aia își setează și eu o listă. Și cred că are mai povestea în asta.
She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements.
Droiga, nu spune Draugr.
Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover along with us how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Îmi place că au păstrat ideea ca primul să fie așa o experiență cinematică, nu să-l facă ceva nebunesc după.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
Asta cred că o să fie candidatul principal la GOTY pe anul ăsta. Dacă o să iasă bine, ceea ce mă gândesc că o să fie.
We've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again, in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible.
Nu mai știu cum l-am lansat prima dată, parcă da.
A small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears. These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
Oh boy.
What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them.
Oh.
We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Asta trebuie și voci rotative.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
Oricum, data de lansare a fost dată deja de vreo săptămână. Arăta mișto ăsta din trailerul ăla.
1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され長らく愛されてきました。本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。
Ce drăguț arată!
自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。
Ai, action game, nu e turn-based sau ceva nebunie. Bine, de fapt, cred că seamănă cu ălalt, mă. De-a vrut eu să-l joc, dar nu m-am mai jucat. De-a apărut al doilea joc și al doilea joc era așa action. Nu, nu Tales. Mai vechi. Nici Dragon Quest. Nu cred că știți. Ni no Kuni așa.
ARA History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
ARA is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With ARA, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
Da, e un joc de strategie, dar
we have
e
over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all
e
things that
ceva
we
așa
purchased in
mai
order to add to the
strategy pe mai multe
soundtrack
planuri. Da, un fel
and
de
expand the
Civ.
game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is ARA, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For ARA, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions,
Doriane.
they need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into ARA is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map.
Pare a fi
It
genul de
reflects
joc
the
pe care l-ai vedea
choices
lansat
players
așa
make
în
over the
prima
course
parte a
of the
anului.
game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes.
Drăguț. A, o să ieși pe Game Pass. Nice.
Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd
Todd,
had this
please,
idea
man.
for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Let me tell you what you are missing. Dr. Jones.
Arată bine.
While you were playing your pointless game,
Mamă, ce fain arată.
I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Wow, arată foarte bine. Oh, deci e first person. Dar cu cinematice.
History.
Și Harrison Ford voice actor-ul?
Ways to interpret the past.
Că modelul clar e.
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs.
Man, arată fine.
Just waiting.
Ai un mix așa de first third person.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
Mamă, deci e un mix între first și third person, dar arată super și se potrivește perfect așa.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
Cred că poți să joci cum vrei.
I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up?
Wow. Arată mai bine decât mă așteptam. What the f... Du-te, mă, de aici. Arată mult mai bine decât mă așteptam. Wait. Vocea nu e... E ăsta, mă, cum îl cheamă? Ta.
You have any idea how old that was?
Ok, deci apare anul ăsta, ceea ce e bine, cred că apare în toamnă și ăsta, mă îndoiesc că o să vină mai devreme. Pot să zic că sunt foarte interesat de Avowed, Senua și Indiana Jones, clar. Interesant, evident, și de ăla, cum se cheamă, Vision of Mana, cât de cât și de ARA, dar alea mai puțin în afara ariei mele de preferințe, dacă e să o iau așa. Dar mă bucur totuși că au anunțat jocuri cumva pentru anul ăsta, dacă ar trebui să o zic în felul ăsta, și cumva că s-au pus în așa fel încât să ne dea și o dată de lansare pentru unele jocuri care, bă, sincer, păreau că nu mai vin.